Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing great. My name is Ebele and I'm back again with another delicious recipe. So today I'll share with you on how I make my Eforiro vegetable soup. If you just happen to stumble on my video for the very first time, please don't be a stranger. Subscribe to my channel and be part of my family. And don't forget to click on the notification button so that anytime I upload new videos, you'll be one of the first to see it. And also like my video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in once again, and I hope to see you again and again. So without wasting time, let's get into the cooking. So to prepare this soup you're seeing on the screen, I use the following ingredients. You can use alternative ones like the frozen spinach. You can use the fresh one if you want. I use kale, leaf. You can use some other leaf, cow fruits. So here we have beef, cow reed and tripe. The cow reed is also known as the part they call a body. I have my sunflower oil. You can use any oil of your choice. Some people prefer to use red oil. And then I have my bowl of pepper, mix of different pepper. I have the scotch bonnet, I have the bell pepper, and I have the slim pepper and onions, which I'm going to all blend together. Crayfish is very essential in any Nigerian soup. Locust beans is also very essential in this particular soup. So the next stage now will be to prepare all the things I need to cook my soup. I've washed the cow foot and I'm going to pre-cook it before adding it to other meat. This is because it's usually very tough to cook cow foot. So I'm going to cook it in my pressure pot for about 10 to 12 minutes. And then when it's a bit softer, I will now add it to the other meat and cook them all together. Note that I didn't add anything to cook my cow foot, just water. If you want, you can add any like salt, bouillon cube. If you want to do that, that's fine. I'm just cooking it like that, and even with the rest of the meat, I'll still not add anything to it. This is because I am going to use part of the meat to cook something else, so I just prefer to do it that way. Next step is to blend my pepper into a paste. I'm not going to blend it too smooth. I'll blend it and then I'll wash my dry fish with hot boiled water and salt. I'm going to leave it for like 4 to 5 minutes before using cold water to rinse it off and clean the fish thoroughly, making sure that all the dirt are taken off. Here is my other meat boiling in a different pot. As you already know, I've pre-boiled my cow food, so I'm going to add everything up into the same pot to cook them all together. So here we are now. We have all the cooked meats boiled and cooked well. I've transferred the cow foot to the other meat, so I'm going to cook everything up in one pot, and I think they are ready now. Just trying to see if I can take off some of the bones that came off from the cow foot. We don't need the bone anymore, so there's no point having them there. After doing that, I'm going to transfer my pepper paste into an empty pot that is already cooking. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is to cook everything in one pot. I won't transfer it anywhere else. So I'm going to allow it to boil and remove all the excess water from the paste. So as you can see, my paste is really cooking very well. I will have to explain something here. There's a clip that is supposed to come before this, but unfortunately my camera didn't capture that because I didn't realize that I didn't press the recording. So I'm going to explain this part. I am cooking everything in just one pot. I didn't transfer it anywhere. So what I actually did was just to allow the paste to cook and remove almost all the excess water from it before adding my oil, my onions, locust beans, crayfish. So I added all that early to infuse some flavor into my pepper sauce. I will now add my stockfish fillets. Guys, this soup does not take time at all to cook. All you need is just to prep the ingredient that you will need. That is actually where the hard work is. Once you have everything ready, you're good to go. So I'm adding my aromat now. Aromat is salty and it also enhances the taste of the food. So if you guys notice, I've not added any salt yet. This is just to ensure that I'll really need salt. As you all know, the stockfish is usually salty too. So I'm always very careful as I don't really eat too much salt in my food. You can add salt to your taste. And then I'm adding my crayfish as well, the leftover crayfish. Remember, I mentioned I've already added some at the early stage of the sauce cooking. So this is the remaining part of it. Crayfish is very essential in cooking most Nigerian dishes. It's something that one will always have at home because you always need it when you're cooking most of the Nigerian dishes. So right now I'm turning the stew to avoid it getting burnt. Then the next thing is to add my dry fish. Remember the one I used hot boiled water and salt to wash. And then I'm adding my kale leaf. Kale leaf is usually very tough to cook unlike other vegetables. So I'm adding it a little bit earlier than it should. However, the kale leaf should have still come after I've added my meat, but because I noticed that my meat is slightly overcooked, so I don't want it to cook for too long so that it doesn't get too soft and soggy. So I decided to put my kale leaf, which by the way is still okay because it takes long to cook anyway. So I'm turning it to mix up everything. Looking so yummy, right? Not just looking yummy, but guys, it's really smelling so sweet in here. And I believe it's gonna be very sweet. So now I have my meat in the pot and also the stock. Yeah, I'm adding the stock because the sauce is quite very thick. Quite very thick, so it's gonna be okay because the consistency is still fine. So it's still fine. So allow it to cook for few more minutes. Look at, see, it's bubbling. Whoops, bubbling, 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 right? And then here comes my spinach for itself. Yeah, I find it very easy to use frozen spinach because I defroze it myself, and when I do that, I'm able to extract all the excess water in it. So I'm not afraid of having too much water already because I've already extracted most of the water from it. Turning very, very good. Yeah. So I'm testing for salt now. I'll need a little bit more salt, not too much, so I just added just a little bit of it. The last but not the least, my dried prawns. Yeah, I'm just carefully adding it to the soup so that it doesn't break up in the pot. So now I'm just gonna allow it to cook for about 5 to 6 minutes, and then we're done. So this is it, guys. Eforiro vegetable soup, vegetable stew. You can eat this, you can use this soup to eat any kind of swallow, ranging from amala, pounded yam, oatmeal, semolina, semovita, anything swallowable. You can use the soup to eat it, and you can even use the soup to eat rice, yam. You can't go wrong with efo soup. Yes, you can't go wrong with efo soup. You can even eat it as a meal on its own, and trust me, you'll be very filled up, and that you won't even need any extra. So guys, our food is ready. So here it is. At this point, I will say thank you so much, guys, for watching, and please give this video a thumbs up and drop your comment down below if you have anything to say to me. See you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.